Hello, Musto0063 back to continue on with Not Another Needle Game. This is part 7, stage 6, and as we saw at the end of part 6, this is going to be a water stage. But before we get into that, you get the save. It says up there, an extra TNT, you're going to need it. Now, I didn't really kind of demonstrate what it did. I kind of described what it did, but I didn't kind of show it off. So let me very briefly... so I don't want to do it on the file I'm on, because I'd like to get an achievement for not using it. I've created another one just on stage 1, and I can't quite bring myself to blow up some really easy spikes. But yeah, let's just say I got to this level and I decided, oh, this area to the right is this is too hard to do. So if I press the B button, which is what I've and it seems to have dudded for some reason. So it hasn't actually blown it up at all. I don't know whether it can only do it on stage 2 then. If that's the case, then yeah, maybe it can't do it on stage 1, I don't know. Or do I have to... I have to hold the button down. Good to know, but there you go. Anyway, I've never really actually exploded them really before, so there you go anyway. Yeah, if you hold down the button, and as you can see obviously now, it's got rid of all the spikes on screen 6, and you can just get through. Obviously be careful not to use it, I don't know if I can go on maybe just a tad further, so I can demonstrate the point. I think it's screen 11 I'm trying to get to, so hopefully it won't take too long, and sorry for this slight diversion back to stage 1, but I'm kind of hoping, damn, it won't take all that long to show off. Oh, I can just go straight in the damn thing. This one would have been quite an interesting one to have blown up and seen what it did, but I presume it still does it. But yeah, something like this screen, for instance. I could obviously... hold down the bomb here, but of course there are no spikes on the screen, so this would be a completely useless screen to actually do it on. So anyway, yeah, that's a demonstration of the bombs. Apologies for my not being able to, or not recognising that I need to hold down the button, but yeah, that's basically how they work. But I plan to get through the entire game without using, using any, or at least I might on one screen, but that's after I think you get the achievement for actually. Supposedly not using any TNT, and it's a kind of a humorous one that you get an achievement for, and it doesn't actually affect anything on screen anyway. But yeah, enough about that. I'll try and obviously demonstrate that when I can get up to that part of the game. But here we obviously have the water section. It's kind of a bit... I've kind of put it on a somewhat of a similar kind of... standing to the previous stage with the conveyor belts, in that you kind of obviously don't get kind of much time to yourself to just react. Once we get past this stage, or when we get indeed to the gimmick of bugger, stage 7, you'll kind of obviously see that I'm kind of much more back in control. Something about the conveyor belts and obviously the water here, you know, obviously with you sinking or whatever, you kind of have to not rush per se, because I could obviously I could have taken my time there and done something a bit more clever than that. Yeah, you don't kind of have everything completely to yourself. You've always got to be kind of doing something. I say in this water segment, you've either got to keep... That's a bit better, isn't it? You've either got to keep, you know, jumping so you don't kind of sink too low, or on the conveyor belt area, you've got to continually kind of move either left or right to stem the flow of the belts. So. It can be a bit kind of tricky, and I am kind of someone who would kind of like to, you know, just be patient and just be kind of be able to move at my own kind of pace. But unfortunately, say with this stage and indeed the last stage, you don't really have that luxury. But things aren't that bad, and I do quite like these the hitbox on the water. It is quite with regards to obviously being able to where you need to be. In order to double jump, it's quite lenient, and I appreciate that. I don't appreciate this corner jump, because it's one of my, particularly when you're kind of double jumping away from water, and it's very kind of tricky, or at least I find it very tricky anyway, to know exactly the kind of height I need to be to do it. I would find this jump tricky without the water mechanic, and having made it, I would kind of like to do this now, but I suspect probably not. I can't jump high enough to do that, and last, What you'll also see is during this stage is whoops, is the mystery blocks, which tend to do different things. In this case, it makes the water rise, so you can now go over here to the teleporter. There will be other ones like this one, which is and this one's annoying because the placement here is bloody annoying. And again, I'm not quite sure whether you need to pixel line or not. I assume not, because the game tells you you don't need to, but still a pain in the neck to weave through this little area anyway. But as you can see here, this mystery box takes away the water, and we need to be quite quick through this area, and then we also need to obviously double jump up to the teleporter before the water gets too far away or too low so that we can't reach it. And I hate trying to get through these tiny gaps. And as you see, I haven't even got through the first one yet, so I don't quite know if there is a trick to it or not, but whatever it is, I can't do it. And as I say, I still have not got by the first set yet. Still haven't. I'm kind of trying different things, like now I'm running up against this wall, still not helping any. It's a, yeah, the movement on this is bizarre. I am not having any luck whatsoever at the moment. I don't quite really know. Finally, right, okay, so that's not to say that I won't now die hundreds of times on this first one again, but please, yes, I hate that screen, oh my god. Right, I don't know if there really was a trick to that or not, but yeah. And yeah, for those of you who thought this screen would look far too easy, then yes, you were right, it did look far too easy. Which is why, well, I'm saying, sorry, there's no, there wasn't a teleporter there, was there? So, but yeah, it's actually fairly easy anyway. I do quite like that screen. Anything where you can just kind of rush, and do kind of all in one go, I guess, where you kind of feel like you don't have to pause, is actually somewhat helpful. So, no, I quite like that screen. And as it says up there, actually, I don't know if you've been reading the, I haven't been really pointing out too many recently, so apologies. Yeah, if you read the text up there, the hitbox, as it says there on the water, is well, not quite rounded. So it's yeah, it kind of extends a bit further out than you might think. Which again, as I said a couple of floors ago, is much appreciated. Too low. A problem? Well, not a problem, but well, it's a problem I have, I suppose, is appreciating that the water is going to obviously slow down my movement. So one of the problems with the last one was I did get to safety, but I kind of panicked and thought that I needed to press jump a bit quicker and not realise that the water would slow me down and I could get away with it, or get away with not having to press jump quite so quickly. This screen is either annoying or easy, depending on how things go. And I know that sounds really, really weird, but sometimes I've just got the hang of it, and others I just can't get it at all. So you obviously need to be very small with your jumps. It's kind of like I suppose it would be like the vine jumps where they're on the ceiling rather than the wall, and you've got to like continually mash the button, or sorry, a platform, and then you kind of do that. But a bit more clever than that, because obviously you can't just mash the button, otherwise you'll just go straight into the spikes. So what you need to do is kind of tiny jump when you're at the very edge or the very bottom edge of the water. Otherwise you'll hit the spikes. But it's very tricky. Sometimes I can do these kind of things really easily, sometimes I can't, and this, unfortunately, obviously during this Let's Play, is one time where I can't. And, you know, I can't quite get the first one kind of down all that well at the moment. If I could get the first one down a bit more, I'd probably think I'd have more of a chance of getting into the rhythm for the other ones. But another thing I suppose to watch out for on that one is the water will very slightly cause you to fall down at a slower rate as well. So yeah, that can be a real bugger of a screen, that one. Particularly if you don't like those kind of manoeuvres anyway, which I don't tend to. And apart from my ridiculous failure right at the beginning, that one's quite a fun one, and I do quite like that. No teleporter here, so get used to kind of doing this manoeuvre, kind of in between spikes, and jumping up to, and yeah, continuously jumping up to save yourself. But this one's, again, I don't think it's too bad. Obviously, each mystery block we hit, the water raises a little bit. If I could hit one, if I could hit more than one without dying afterwards, it would be good fun to demonstrate. And yes, there's more than just two. Sorry, three. The original 3 on show as well. Yes, that'll do fine. Oh no, it won't. I'm sorry. I thought that was a teleporter. I completely misread the hip what it was. I thought that was the teleporter. Jesus. Okay, right. The thing up there says "gotta go fast," and you can probably guess what the mystery block's going to do. So yeah, do not dawdle. You obviously need to get all the way through the screen quickly, so that there's enough water left at the end so that you can make it to the teleporter. And I have no idea why I just moved right into that spike. I kind of appreciate it because I could see it coming, but the thing was going down sufficiently slowly, like that. But yeah, that's not too bad. But since I pointed out the text, you probably noticed it was glitching. So yeah, there's a secret on here. So having cleared the screen the regular way, we've got to do it another way. And this way you need to go probably even faster than I just did there. And it's not immediately obvious where on earth the thing is. But yeah, you need to go fast. And that was probably too slow at the beginning there. I probably need to get myself into a position where I can move off to the right a little bit quicker. Ah, so close. Or maybe not. Maybe that was still too slow. Difficult to tell until I can actually kind of make the jump I need to. And I hate the Christmas tree jumps, and I hate them even when there's water. Now, in my defence, water is going down here, so it's not quite as straightforward as a... In fact, it would barely be a jump at all with water. But yeah, those jumps still manage to tick me off. Got it! So yeah, you need to get up obviously into this area before the water goes down too far. So that can be obviously a bit of a tricky thing. So here we are at the secret of stage 6, and as with all the other ones, I will cut here, so you'll see me jump to 111, and I'll put this in an extra video with post commentary over it. So yeah, floor 111 coming up. Oh my god, worst secret yet. I hate that one. I could have probably had an entire video just dedicated to that one damn room. Ugh. Moving on. And by the way, that last screen I'll explain obviously fully when I you know, show it off. Well, yeah, show it off. But that would be fine if you didn't have to rush everywhere. But anyway, floor 111, and as the thing at the top says, 4 pars, and whoops. You basically have to get the mystery box to raise the water, and you obviously have to do it in a specific order. So yeah, bottom left, bottom right, top left, and hopefully top right. Of course not top right! Yippee! What a stupid way to die. To be honest, the bottom left one is the worst of the lot. Once you get, I'm gonna screw up now. I know I am on other bits, but yeah. Once I get by the bottom left, I don't generally find the rest all that bad at all. Save for the top right, obviously, when I'm doing a let's play. Oh my god! I don't believe I did that. Right. There's extras, as you can see, double jump replenishers and a mystery block. You can probably guess what that's going to do. Yeah. So do not hit the double jump replenishers. As soon as the water goes away, you're obviously going to need them. But it's not all that bad. But yeah, obviously just make sure you don't hit it. I don't know if you could get by that maybe with getting rid of one of the ones at the bottom, you could maybe just about get away with it without getting rid of that, or one of those ones, but obviously do the best you can to not hit any of them. Now this screen has, or this particular jump I'm trying to do here is annoying. Once I get past that, I'm hoping the rest is okay. It's kind of one of these ones where you've got obviously a stream of water, I guess, or sort of one of these ones going down vertically rather than obviously horizontally, or indeed the whole screen. So yeah, a spike to kind of get round to begin with. I was about to say it's not too bad, but right on cue I'm screwing up horribly, and that's probably the only danger there, and that I fail to recognise that I need to not jump immediately when I land in that water with the mini spikes on the ceiling, because obviously the water is going to slow my descent down. But it's very disorientating. You kind of plummet down, obviously at the speed of a regular jump, and then you need to avoid the mini spike. And you obviously need to recognise that yeah, the water is going to slow down your movement. So don't jump immediately. I don't know what the hell I was trying to do there, and I don't quite know why I don't seem to be getting my double jump a good number of times. Right. Of course, that time I was not far enough over to the right that I landed in the water at a lower point. So in obviously delaying jumping, I was too low at that point in time to survive. Why there? Almost every time. Why is it not jump? Why am I not getting that jump? Thank you. Doesn't seem like it's should be that bad, although I did proclaim it to be the worst probably bit of the screen, and I stand by that. The rest you can more or less kind of rush, so that wasn't too bad. You can probably guess what happens if you hit a mystery block here. Well, okay, I've gone and done it for you anyway. I did not mean to do that. I did not mean to do that either. As you can perhaps see if you look over to the right hand, or the immediate right hand side of the screen, right next to the teleporter, we're not going to have much choice anyway. We're going to have to hit a mystery block, or we're going to have to hit that one at the top right. So just be ready when you hit that to move on, double jump over to the left. So yeah, it's again not too bad. Just yeah, make sure you avoid the mystery blocks. Fun with the way the water kind of works here, or the shape of it kind of is a bit weird. Oh, this thing. Again, I don't think you have to pixel align that. I'm sure there was more than enough room to get by comfortably anyway, but no, still don't like those jumps. And what I finally find it probably the most difficult on this one is that top bit and the left, because I'm not all that great about button mashing and positioning myself to avoid kind of spikes where there's a very low ceiling. Yes, that will do nicely, thank you. Yes. Okay, this is a fun one. I've got time to go on. I'm coming up close to 20 minutes, but yeah, this is I don't know. I'm quite near the end of the whole stage, so I don't know whether I'll make an exception and go on a little bit longer and just see whether I can get through the whole stage. That would be awesome if I could. But yeah, this is a kind of a fun one where you've got to watch out for the fruit. It following you around all over the place. Come on, one last jump. Yes! Excellent.